We are out in the south of Johannesburg at the FNB Stadium, and of course this is as we build up to the much anticipated Soweto Derby, the first one of the 2025-26 Betway Premiership season, and it is Kaizer Chiefs that will be playing host to Orlando Pirates. Joining me now to speak about the logistics, the planning and the coordination around the Soweto Derby is the CEO of Stadium Management South Africa, Bertie Grobbelaar. Bertie, it's almost like we're having you on Morning Live every week with all the massive events that you're hosting here. But speak to me about what the planning and the coordination has looked like ahead of this Soweto Derby, particularly it being a sold-out affair on such a short notice in terms of those tickets just getting snatched up by football lovers.
Yes, Vusiwe, I think the primary focus this time around was, I said it yesterday, last year was the pitch and inside the venue. This year, the swear word, ticketing and access control. And there's a lot of focus and a lot of planning. We all know by now the reasons for it. In the Derby in 2025 March, we had an overcapacity inside the venue. The reasons for that, multiple, but amongst that, people forcing their way through, fake tickets, the systems, some system failures that we had to address. Yeah, and that is the major focus, and that is what's giving us the biggest headache. And the combined planning of the SABC is pretty much focused on getting people in safely.
But just in terms of trying to alleviate that headache and that problem in terms of ticketing, we know there's a new ticket platform that you launched a few weeks ago. Speak to us about how that is going to look to just simplify things and make the process simpler for the football lovers coming to the FNB Stadium tomorrow.
Yeah, if everyone works together and everyone is on the same page, it's going to simplify the process. But if there's people obstructing it, it's going to make it more difficult. Now, the wrong perception is that it's just a platform change. That's not the issue. The issue is compliance that's required by the SABC and by the city JOC. And one of that is the turnstiles you see behind us. With previous derbies, these gates were on free flow, so it was open. There were two layers, a physical ticket check and then a first scanning layer. And when you were past that, you're inside the venue. From a compliance perspective, we're now implementing access control at these turnstiles as well. Because if you want to eliminate overcrowding inside, you need to stop people somewhere, and these turnstiles are the process and the function and has the functionality to do that. Now, my biggest plea for fans is the arrive early has become a gramophone that's stuck. But to understand the reasons why we say arrive early. With the last two derbies, we had to load 51,000 people in the last hour. Now, if you calculate that, that's a person every 9 seconds. If there's a delay with somebody with a fake ticket that's fiddling to get his app open, that's fiddling to get his app to scan, that just compounds the problem. If we can eliminate or reduce the 51,000 to 31,000 people in the last hour, it's a massive difference in the experience for the fans. It's a massive experience in safe and secure entry, and the ultimate enjoyment of the day. That's surely why people come to the venue, is to enjoy a football match, but what goes around it as well.
So the big key point here is fans needing to arrive early. Of course, the game is kicking off at 3:30 p.m. And you would want them to say arrive. Let's perhaps speak to what time the gates open, what time they can start making the way into the venue.
The gates open at 11:30, 4 hours before kickoff. And there's the club announced there's a lot of activations, a lot of entertainment, a massive beer garden from SAB, a club sponsor. So there's going to be entertainment. Ensure that you're here by the venue at 1 o'clock. Come and enter easily, without stress, and come and enjoy what's to offer inside the venue.
And I know another concern, Bertie, when it comes to the Soweto Derby and it being sold out is just the amount of vehicles that we get coming into the stadium precinct. Let's speak to just that parking that is available and those park and ride options that you also have.
Yes, they can. The patrons can have a look on the websites of the club and on SMSA's website. The two major options is the park and ride option, where you park your vehicle at the location points, you get dropped off and taken back to those points. The other one is Ria Vaya that offered an extended service. So that's also available on all the websites, departure points, departure times. So very grateful to those entities that came to the party to assist. Because as you rightly said, part of the congestion is created by traffic jams and traffic congestions.
And Bertie, just as I start to wrap up with you, perhaps we can just speak to when people are coming into the stadium. You've raised the issue of those fake tickets and trying to eliminate those. I know you've said you've done a lot in terms of upgrading the system. You've got those handheld scanners just to help people get in a lot quicker. Let's speak to, if you don't have a ticket, don't come to the stadium. And also just touch for me, we have the electronic tickets available as well as those hard copy tickets tomorrow.
Yes, there's the electronic tickets and then the physical thermal tickets, as we call it. 27,000 of that was reserved to go into the market for people that don't want to use the digital system, so it's a hybrid model. And then your first message, and I think the fact that the Deputy Provincial Commissioner, General Kakane, was at the press conference yesterday is testimony to the seriousness of the whole collective ESSBC to ensure this is a safe event. And his message yesterday was clear. If you come here to sell tickets, if you come here with a fake ticket, you're going to be arrested. Previously, that message came from me that meant nothing. Now the big boss was on a platform confirming that. And they're already starting today at 10 o'clock with their dry runs. So a serious effort by all concerned to ensure that it's a safe and secure event.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Bertie Grobbelaar, the CEO of Stadium Management South Africa, just speaking to logistics ahead of the much anticipated Soweto Derby. Make your way to the venue nice and early. If you have a valid ticket, the gates will open 4 hours ahead of kickoff. That is 4 hours before 3:30 p.m. But from myself, it's a wrap in terms of your sport news. If you're not able to come to the stadium because you don't have tickets, you can catch the encounter live on SABC 1. The build-up does start at 2:30 p.m. with kickoff at 3:30. It's going to be exciting to see which way the 3 points will go tomorrow. Or perhaps, like Dr. Kumalo and Shaba said, we may see a share of the spoils.